Starling here. Today, in a super practical lesson, I'm going to talk about the metronome, how a professional uses the metronome for daily practice, right? And how this becomes a musical result. What many people don't know is that the metronome is important, but it needs to be executed and practiced correctly so that your sound doesn't become merely mechanical. So today I'm going to show you some tools, some ways to use the metronome so that you can achieve a musical result in the end. What I'm going to share with you today is what I still use to this day. In other words, many people ask me, Mateus, how do you practice? I'm going to show a bit of how I practice today. Obviously, I don't just practice this, right? Just a study with the metronome, but every day I spend some time with the metronome. What is the purpose of studying with the metronome? Basically, it's to mechanically clean up your sound, to have rhythmic precision, okay? Because in the end, it's not so much about how fast you play, but having rhythmic precision is extremely important. Even when you want to play intentionally with little precision, playing behind the beat, for example, like Josh Coffey often does, people in funk, groove, neo-soul, this needs to be intentional. So even this lack of precision needs to be practiced, felt, right? I think the most important thing about the metronome is that you can feel it, okay? So I'm going to share with you some training steps, really practical ones. If you don't know me, I'm Mateus Starling, I'm a guitarist, and I'm the director of the Starling Academy of Music. On this channel, there are over 500 videos with various tips. So consider subscribing here. I already asked you to leave your like. To start, I already have a question for you. Do you regularly use the metronome in your studies? Do you feel that you have been progressing with mechanical study? Be very careful because there are many people who stick to those super simple exercises with the metronome, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it changes something like 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. And they spend their whole life practicing the metronome as if it were a robotic mechanical thing, or just going up and down scales without purpose. Going up and down scales is sometimes good too, because you get better mechanical fluency of the scale. But in the end, folks, everything needs to become music. So look, I'm going to show you the rhythmic aspect of the metronome, okay? Then I'll talk about the rhythms you will use to practice. Here the metronome is set to 60, see? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to practice here like tap, 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 the, unless you are a complete beginner, okay? Like that's very slow, okay? So the slowest rhythm I want to practice at a tempo like this, 60, would be eighth notes. In other words, I'm going to fold this so it goes to here, to here, to here, to here. C major scale, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, mi. What would be the next rhythm? It would be triplets. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the next would be 16th notes, which goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, I can keep doubling. Instead of just thinking in triplets, I can think in sextuplets, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, done. Sextuplets. And the same thing with the eighth note. I can double it by counting 1 to 4 repeatedly. It's tough, right? So what you heard here was the breakdown of taka, 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 right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm just doubling, okay? Now I also showed you the triplet, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what happens? This is basically what we have, okay? When you practice with the metronome, you need to isolate these rhythms until they are consolidated. You always need to start with a safe, slow tempo for you and progressively change it. How does a professional study? I will improvise over a backing track that I got from YouTube itself, okay? Which is D minor 7 and G7. Let's suppose that one of the songs I am going to play that I will record something is exactly this playback, where I can keep improvising, right? So I am treating this D minor 7 G7 as Dorian. We know that the notes of D Dorian are the same as the notes of C major. So I will practice these rhythms, all that I practiced here, only thinking in C major. Why? I want to have fluency in this scale. If it were, for example, F Dorian, I would think in the E flat major scale, okay? So what's important for me is to be able to have fluency in all major keys, right? I will always start with the major scale. It could have been the pentatonic back then, right? I'm already talking about the major game here, right? The game of grown-ups, of the professional. What's going to be happening here? C major, I need to map C major all the time. If it were an F Dorian, I need to be solid in E flat across the entire fretboard, okay? And what am I going to do? I can simply take the metronome, set it 5 or 6 BPMs above the tempo of the original song, just so I feel more comfortable. So when I go to play, I'm at ease to perform something more complex. Now, a serious tip, okay? What happens is that 90% of guitarists who talk about studying Greek modes on YouTube are wrong. I'll tell you what the mistake is, okay? When I think of C Dorian, I'm thinking of the same shapes as C major. In other words, there are 5 shapes. So there are 5 C major shapes that I'll be using for C Dorian. If it were F Lydian, it would be these same 5 C major shapes. If it were G Mixolydian, it would be these same 5 shapes. In other words, I need to learn the major very well. Then I transfer to the other modes. I'm not going to learn 5 shapes for Dorian, 5 shapes for Phrygian, for Lydian. No, it's just the 5 major shapes that I'm transferring to the other modes. So this changes everything for you. Why? The same content you're practicing for C major, you will use over D Dorian, E Phrygian, F Lydian, E, because it's all correlated. They are the same notes of the scale. What will change is the chord of the moment. This chord will dictate the sound. Now, you need to have an emotional, auditory, and theoretical awareness to know which note characterizes the mode. In the case of Dorian here, the note that characterizes it is the 6th. Since it's D Dorian, it's the note B. So I know that this note is important to compose the sound. So from time to time, I will be alternating this more mechanical content with this rational, emotional content, and something that is extremely important. A musician cannot be just mechanical. That's only one part, maybe a part. I don't know if it's 50% for you. It could be 30 for another, it could be 80 for someone else, but you also need to have musicality, which is why it's important to study the development of motifs, right? The metronome is here, okay. You will think in 8th notes, then transition to triplets, for example. Na, taka, 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 ka. And taka, taka, te, te. And then again. See? I'm transitioning. Taka, 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 taka. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So basically I want to practice. First, I isolate, then I start transitioning between the rhythms, okay? Doing things that are musical but mechanical. Chromatic. I'm using chromatic within the rhythm. I can also transition and add 16th notes now. So you notice that what I'm doing is trying to stay loose between the rhythms. Things that are good for you to do, for example, patterns. Pattern.
think of it this way. Everything you got tired of rhythmically at 60, you can double, just put it between 20. And it has a more precise subdivision. Taka, 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 taka. I went back to 60 now. We're going to think about an inverted metronome. Look. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I inverted the metronome. I'm thinking here 100 and 120, but I'm using the beat of 60. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This helps me to swing. Look. All right. Let's dive into this musical journey together. We'll start by counting out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just the beginning, a simple warm-up to get us in the groove. Now, imagine yourself in a serene practice room, surrounded by the gentle hum of instruments. I'll guide you through a series of exercises designed to enhance your skills and deepen your understanding of the music. As we progress, you'll notice how these exercises seamlessly integrate into your playing, transforming your practice into a more enriching experience. By the end of our session, you'll have a clearer sense of how these techniques apply in real-world scenarios, allowing you to express yourself more freely and confidently. So, let's embark on this exciting exploration of music, where every note and rhythm we practice today will contribute to your growth as a musician. Are you ready to feel the music come alive through these exercises? Let's begin. And before finishing by playing, I invite you to get to know my school, Starling Academy of Music, study with my guidance, with all our content, live mentoring, a group with colleagues for you to exchange ideas, play, participate in jam sessions, all right? So let's go all out. God bless you.